name's Manuel. I'm a current student at CSUMB collaborating with Monterey County Free Libraries. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make your own at-home Uncrustables. Alrighty, so to go ahead and get started, let's go over the materials you're going to be needing. So you're going to need your bread. It doesn't really matter what type of bread. You can use whichever bread you prefer. You just kind of want to make sure that you try to get bread that is more square shaped because we're going to be cutting a circle out the center of it. So it's a little easier if your bread is more squared, but you can use any type of bread that you would like. I'm just using regular white bread. As far as condiments, I'm just going to be going in with the classic strawberry jam and peanut butter to mimic a classic Uncrustables flavor, but you can get adventurous with it. I've seen people add honey or cinnamon as well as like Nutella, so you can really add whatever you'd like. You're also going to need a cup. You just want to make sure that your cup, the rim of your cup, you want to make sure it fits within the border of your bread. So you can use any cup that fits. And then you're just going to need, lastly, a butter knife as well as a metal fork. So to go ahead and get started, we're just going to lay our two pieces of bread side by side with each other. And the important step, we're going to take our cup and align them with the bread, but we're not going to push the cup into the bread because it'll come out ripped and it won't come out a circle. So we're just going to hold it above our bread. You're going to try to line it up as neatly as you can so that the whole cup rim is fitting within the border of the bread. You're going to kind of hold it into place and take your butter knife and you're just going to cut around the cup. So you go all around the edges. You can just slowly peel away the excess. We might have to go over it again, and hopefully we should end up perfect. You can end up with a circular shape, sort of like this. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle, but that's going to be one of our slices, and we're going to go ahead and do the same exact thing to the second one. Perfect, there we are. Here's our second circle. So these tops are going to be kind of rounded now. You're going to want to flip it over so that the flat side is facing us and we keep the round part towards the counter. So now that we have our two slices, another important part is when you're putting your peanut butter, you're going to only want to put it in the center so that when we close it up, it doesn't leak out the sides. And you're also going to want to make sure you put peanut butter on both slices. The reason for that is when you take it out of the freezer to thaw, the jelly will seep into the bread and kind of make it soggy if you don't put the peanut butter first. So it's important to put peanut butter on both slices. You want to make sure just to put sort of a thin layer of peanut butter. You can always add a little bit more, but it's better to start the sort of thin layer that's kind of more in the center of the bread. So I'll go ahead and do that now. So something sort of like this, where it's more in the center and we have enough room around the edges to close it up after. I'm going to do the same exact thing to the other slice. It will just help it prevent it from getting soggy later on. So there we go. Now that you have your two slices pretty evenly coated, you can take your condiment of choice. You can use honey or add in some chocolate syrup. I'm just gonna go in with regular strawberry jelly. You want to make sure not to add too much of this either. We're just gonna add it over the peanut butter, just a little bit there. Oops, that one got a little messy, but that's okay. Perfect. So there you go. You should end up with something more like this. And we're gonna take our two slices and basically line them up and put them over each other. Try to do it neatly. And then once you have them lined up, you're just gonna take your pointer finger and your thumb and you're gonna press really hard around the outside edges, and we're gonna go all the way around and do that. And if you wanted to, you can see everything's sealed now. You could stop at this step, but I'm gonna go ahead and make sure it's extra sealed, and that's where we're gonna lay it down on a hard surface, and you're gonna take your metal fork and you're just gonna press down on the edges to give it that extra secure seal. And there we are. So after you do that, it'll look something like this, and you'll have your perfectly sealed Uncrustable. You could go ahead and put this in a sandwich bag and throw it in the freezer for maybe like 2 to 3 hours and take it with you, and then once it thaws, you can eat it just like a regular Uncrustable. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.